Hey designers, it's Mian, and in this chapter we will start with the working on the real project. We have already learned basic theory and got familiar with Figma, so now we can implement those stuff to the real project. Still, it will be a combination of learning theory with the subsequent implementation to the praxis on condition of the fintech company called Laplace, which you will meet in this chapter. The approach of this course is composed like we would have a freelance project. So for example, if you will be hired to work in a company directly, you will probably work on a product that already exists, and your work will be more like iterating of the user experience. Our project is the Greenfield project, which means that we don't have a product yet and we start from scratch. As you probably know, this course is mainly focused on the ideate, prototyping and testing phase of the process. That's why we will skip the research activities, but the client proposed to us the deliverable of this phase, which is called user persona, to know who will be our target audience. This is an extremely important factor in our design process, because we should have a clear view of the final users of the product. So let's take a look at two documents that we have about Laplace project. You can download the PDF of the project brief in the description of this chapter, but you can follow the screen also with me. I've created this project brief based on the initial call with the client and materials that the client sent me. It's a very important document for having a clear roadmap of the project to align your and your client's expectations. Important thing is that it's not a legal document, it's more about the project and process than setting legal conditions between you and your client. It's a little bit simplified based on the needs of our course, but you can find there all important information, so you can definitely inspire for your upcoming freelance projects, because you will be definitely supposed to create a proposal like this one. Let's take a look at the document. On the first page we can see just a cover page with the Laplace logo, proposal name and the date with the round of revision of the proposal. On the second page we usually include just brief contact information like email and telephone number, and also company's name with determination who is a supplier and who is a client. Then we have a page with content and finally information about the project. So what we will actually do? Laplace would like to outsource the design of their broker platform, offering investing to multiple opportunities like stock, mutual funds, currencies, indexes or commodities. Laplace Broker offers advanced AI-driven time series analysis for predicting a return with particular accuracy, determining the risk of the investment. The platform will be available in browsers like Google Chrome, Safari, Opera or Mozilla Firefox and so on. The goal is to create an easy to understand and responsive user interface, offering a high-quality user experience based on the human-centered design process, respecting common UX and UI design principles. So easily we will do a platform where you can buy investment products such as stocks and so on. The value proposition of the Laplace Broker is that they uses AI for predicting the return of investment. The key takeaway is also that we will create an in-browser platform, so it will be not a desktop or mobile app which you have to install on your device. Then we have the very important part called project scope and roadmap, showing the key deliverables of the project, so those will be the output of the design process. First is sitemap, showing the structure of the platform. Then we have user flows, it's like a diagram showing the process of completing a goal by a user. Then we have wireframes, those are just a simple designs showing the structure of a particular pages without emphasizing the visual aspect of the design. Then there is a design system, it's a collection of the components and principles that we use in the product. The main will be of course interactive Figma prototype. It's a clickable prototype showing how the final project will look like, and that's the key deliverable as I mentioned, which will be implemented by developers then. Also we should do a usability testing with the report. We will test the prototype to have a feedback from users, and those tests will be summed up in the report. The support of designers is mandatory during the process of development implementation. With this sentence we just make sure that we should support the developers after design approval. Another very important part is the part called platform features and user stories. In the document we can see 6 examples of user stories, so it's not complete for the whole platform, but in the case of our course we will not create every screen because that might be really time consuming, so we will create just a few of them and you can then practice and continue with other screens by yourself. So the following user stories are determining the particular features of the platform. In software development and product management, a user story is an informal, natural language description of features of a software system. They are written from the perspective of an end user and, like we mentioned, they determine the features and pages of the platform. Of course, there might be another form of the feature list, for example a simple list of the screens or pages like sign up, login, dashboard and so on. This list we have under the user stories, but an advantage of user stories is that we take a look at the features from the perspective of users. Also, as a part of every user stories, there could be some acceptance criteria or priority. So for example, let's take a look at the following stories. As a user, I want to create my own account with the proper details and security. This story is obvious. It talks about the sign up of the platform. Crucial user story for us is the following one. As a user, I want to see my portfolio performance, customizable watch list, trending opportunities and trades history in one place called Overview. This story will be most important for the case of our course because we will work on this during the prototyping phase. So we will create wireframe of this overview screen and then the clickable high fidelity prototype in Figma. For the whole platform there would be tens of user stories, so there is really important to collaborate closely with the clients to meet all requirements. Below the user story section we have a simple list of pages which serves as an addition to the user stories. This list will be useful mainly during creating a structure of the platform, and also it's great to have a complete list of pages to set up estimates hours for completing the project. Again, you should collaborate closely with the client or product owner or product manager to have a more detailed view of information that should be included on every page. Then we have business goals, which definitely might influence the final design of the screen. So the first goal is to support executing of trades done through the broker. Then we have support of depositing the money to the broker intended for the investing. Also there is a goal to increase the number of active investors to 500k by the end of the first year from launching the platform. Active means that users should be logged one time per week. Then there is a section with the time estimates for the particular activities and the deadline of the project. Pricing section as well with some basic conditions. The important part is the target users. The product is for everyone who decides to increase the value of his or her money assets on the various markets. These investors could be individuals as well as big funds operating with large amount of money. The example of a user persona is a retail investor is attached to the project brief. The user persona will be part of the next chapter, so don't worry if you don't know what the persona is. We will take a look at it closely in the next chapter. Then we have tools. We already know Figma, and for additional vector graphics we can use Adobe Illustrator, but it will be not part of this course. The communication is done through Slack or emails. The very last section is the list of main competitors of the Laplace Broker platform to make sure what kind of product we will design. And yeah, this is our project brief, so we know what we will design in this course. I hope that it will be an interesting topic for you. I'm personally really interested in investing in stocks, so for me it's a definitely interesting project. Moreover, Laplace uses AI to find opportunities for their clients, so definitely I love it. You can of course go through the proposal by yourself to make sure we understand all relations. And in the next chapter we will take a look at the user persona, describing the target audience more in detail. And thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to complete the quiz and see you soon.